Alright, so I got a little ahead before I could shoot this video, but basically I'm changing spark plugs. Pulled off the intakes, just kind of moved them to the side, didn't really take anything else apart. Took these guys off. Both throttle bodies need to come off to get to your middle and your last spark plug. Now that all those are off, I'm going to go ahead and actually take off both of these, or all three of these, and all three of the ones on the other side here, and I'll show you guys what I do next. Okay, so a little bit farther ahead now. I just kind of wanted to show you guys exactly how I have this set up. So I got 4 screws I took out and I set them to the side here. 3 screws that came out of these coil packs, or coil, I can't think of the word for them. Basically the coils that sit on top of your plugs. I got all 3 of these little screws sitting here for those. I'm going to do these next, and then as you can see I take the screws that came out of the throttle body here, I just set them off to the side here. Just kind of a simple little thing that you can do. One other thing I'm going to do that I wanted to show you guys is that for this right here, you don't have to, I don't think. I'm going to try pull this out. Okay, so I need both hands for this, but you gotta pull both of these, pull them up, right? You gotta be kind of gentle because sometimes the plastic on these can break. I don't know if I'll be able to pull this out all the way. Okay, so it looks like you can pull these out. You just gotta be gentle because you don't want to hurt these wires while you're trying to finagle it out. But I'm gonna do one at a time because that's how I'm used to doing it, because normally how manufacturers used to do it is they used to have extra length on a lot of their wires and it was easy to get them mixed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do these one at a time, pull one out, put a new one in, so on and so forth, just to help keep it cleaner. Okay, I'm going to try and do this real quick. One thing you got to know about these plugs is that they're very sensitive. They're very small and they're easy to break, but these are the ones that I went with because I wanted these ones to last a long time and still get a good performance out of them. You'll see people use the ring gapper. What you want is a wire gapper, mainly because these are really good for measuring, but also you get this extra little feature here where when you need to change the angle of your spark plug to get a closer or farther gap, this will allow you to do it without putting pressure on your electrodes. So this is what you'd want to use. I saw a video before where another person was doing it, and they were using the wrong gapper for this. It's not wrong if you're trying to take a measurement, but you gotta be careful because. And I'll show you real quick exactly why. So you use these because you gotta test the gap between this fine point. And as you can see, that can be easily broken off if you're not careful. So do what you can, use the preferred gapper. Don't use a ring gapper to spread these apart. You don't want to damage those. So I'll get back to you guys once I have this all checked out. And don't forget to double check your gaps before you put these in. I believe it's between 35 and 40 thousandths. Alright guys, so I just want to show you real quick. I got that out of there. This had roughly 90,000 miles on it, maybe closer to 50,000. These plugs actually don't look that bad. Even the gap on this still looks relatively clean. The thread's a little dark, but you could see that was starting to go. But the ceramic is still very clean. So I don't know, heads or tails on that one, but really it's just a good idea that these are ready to get replaced at this point. They could probably go a little bit longer, but I'm gonna double check the pre-gap on this, or pre-gap. I'm double check the gap on this and see if it's close to what the manufacturer wanted. So the gap on this is about 44 thousandths is what it's supposed to be set to. So I'm gonna double check real quick and just see. Okay, so no, these are set to 39 thousandths. So none of these were gapped correctly, I can assume. I'm gonna pull the rest out right now. Make sure you set them in the order, or in the I believe you set them in the correct firing order out on like a table or something, so you can see exactly how they're doing in their environment, so to speak. I'm gonna do that and I'll show you guys later. Okay, one other thing I want to show you too. So when you're gapping these, you can use this to take your measurement, just to, you know, be careful, but this would be your preferred tool for gapping. Obviously these only give you a certain increment that you can go up to, but what you want is to use this to check it, and then use this to gap it to change your distance. Just wanted to clarify that. Okay, so I was trying to look around and see if I could find some dielectric grease to put on the end here to help with conductivity. I don't have any, which really sucks. And I was trying to find some anti-seize to put on here. You don't really ever need a lot, you really just need like a dot right on the side. But apparently I don't have that either, so kind of frustrating. But other than that, I think I'm just gonna put these in and just let it go. Maybe on the next round or something like that, I'll go ahead and grab some or whatever. Maybe I'll try and do it again, but we'll see. Anyways, well, that's what I was gonna tell you. Alright guys, so we got it all back together. These back plugs were the hardest, probably due to the heat, and getting this coil out of here was kind of a pain, but it's doable. You can just move all these little pieces aside without taking them off. I just put the throttle bars back on, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it and see how it does. If it revs out pretty high or something, or has any kind of issue with idling, I'll come back and try and tighten these up a little more. Alright, so all the spark plugs are in, got the throttle lights back on, the intakes are back on. You can run it without the intakes, without these connected. It won't be happy about it, but it'll do it. Otherwise, you'll have to connect everything back up to get it to idle correctly and fully. So that way, when you go give it a couple revs, it'll actually be happy about it. It's the best I got for you. So I decided that the best way I could keep track of all my plugs was lay them out on top of the cover. And that would just tell me exactly where I had them. But I'm going to measure them real quick and see what they're all at, and just see if any of them were even close. They don't look like they were.